So now we're going to talk about using powder in the part line to make it look a little more realistic and to hide the knots.
So this is a regular multi-directional wig, so this is not where we would put powder in. To make this one look more natural, we would pluck it so that it's less dense. So when people are talking about powder, they're talking about lace fronts and lace top, lace front wigs. So this is a regular multi-directional cap with a lace front. This is really great color for you.
Yeah, kind of obsessed with this one.
Yeah, this is beautiful. So this is nice. It's kind of a mix of colors. And here it's a little, I think it's still a little bit, can't tell exactly, but I think it might be a little bit too short this way on you. Okay, so first of all, because we get asked a lot of these questions, I actually made a link on my website, which is www.lenaswigs.com with no apostrophe. On the top, you'll see where you could book a virtual consult. And then there's also a link to all my favorite products on Amazon. So it'll show you exactly, I don't know if we can link this, but it'll show you exactly the products that I use for all of this stuff, and you'll be able to see. What I'm using right now is L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder in color porcelain. So I think that for most Caucasian women, porcelain is a great color, and it's also the color that I have found is going to be most similar to the majority of wigs and the way they make the skin parts. All right, so because this is just a lace front and not a lace top, the issue is here, and this is the transition, right? So here is where the regular multi-directional cap ends, and here is where Jessica's hair ends. So if you see here, like it's white up there, but then in here, it's dark. So what we're gonna do is add some powder, and you can do this underneath or on top, and we'll go over techniques that work really, really well for doing it underneath. But basically, and then I will use this sometimes to kind of make sure I don't get any on the hair. And then you'll be able to see that it's a huge difference. Okay, so now when she puts her head down, you'll see that it's really seamless and you cannot see that piece there.
Yep.
Beautiful.
So easy.
So easy, and the absolute most recommended thing, you have to use this. It's like a dead giveaway otherwise when you see this here, and it makes a really, really big difference to do that. Okay, I'll show you also how to do it so that it looks like it really stays there. I don't know why those onions. Maybe we'll just have to hold this a little more. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to do it if you were wearing a complete lace top wig. The first thing I would do is put it on underneath. So, okay, so this is the inside of, this is actually a lace top wig, but it's got a liner, which is great because then it looks skin colored even if you have a little bit of hair underneath it. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of hold it up to figure out where your part is. So I know the part is here, and I know that that's the part where we wouldn't see. I'm gonna take this and put some white on there. Then I'm gonna take either some makeup setting spray or some light hairspray, and I'm gonna cover it with that to set, and then I'm gonna use like a cold hair dryer setting to dry it. And then I'm gonna repeat a few times until it really stays. The reason I do that is because when you just put some powder on, the powder is beautiful, blendable, buildable, but it doesn't stay for a really long time. So you want it to stay so that you're not having to touch this up every day, multiple times a day. So then you do it that way. So I do it underneath that way, and then usually I will still, and this is the front of the wig here, usually I will still do a little bit up here on the front of the wig. And the only thing is that then after you do that, sometimes a little bit of the powder will get on the wig, and that's okay. You're just gonna kind of zhuzh it, but this, to just get that powder off, you can tap it, zhuzh it, whatever. And that's it. And then it really is great, and it really hides a lot of the knots, and it looks amazing.
That's a good tip to set it, because I know I've tried it where I've just put it under, and then you do have to retouch it a couple times so that
like it doesn't stay for the whole day.
Yeah.
Now there are other people who have told me about other products that they use. I've tried a lot of different stuff. I don't really love other ones. Another thing that I've sometimes used is this guy, and this is from Well people, but it doesn't have to be anything in particular. This is a foundation stick. So I wouldn't take the foundation stick and put it directly onto the wig. I would use like a tiny little brush, and never on the top, only on the bottom, the inside of the wig. Tiny, tiny little brush, go easy on it, but it's buildable. And then you're gonna do that. That also will have a little bit more staying power, but I would do like a little bit of a test somewhere on the lace beforehand just to make sure, because these are sometimes hard to wash out.
Okay. So if it's like a creamier
Yeah,
texture, always do it underneath?
Always underneath.
Okay.
Nothing but powder should ever go on top. If you want to use something creamier and longer lasting, that's totally fine. But just make sure that you put it down here, and also make sure that you're stopping it right here, where your hair and the wig and the lace meet, because you don't want it down further on your forehead. We're not trying to blend it into your skin with this makeup. We're trying to just put it here.
To hide them.